Welcome, Prowl Nation. Welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk. It's brought to you by Lions Nation Unite. And I want to ask the question. I know we're 0-7, but do you still believe in the build? Do you still believe in Dan Campbell? Do you still believe in Brad Holmes? And do you still believe in Anthony Lynn? Okay. We're also going to go over the game yesterday with a lot of trickery and a lot of really cool stuff in that game. Lions played their hearts out. But you know what? First, before we do all that, let's go to my main man, the man of steel himself, Curt Steele.
What up, dude? Welcome to the show, people. You know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. Your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And what a game yesterday. It was better than I thought it would be. Definitely. But it's time to bring in the third man of the crew. If you just got to chill, because he's the coolest man on the show. My man, LL Cool Torrance. What's up, my guy?
What's up, y'all? And good morning, Proud Nation.
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
Let's talk Lions, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. And we're going to start this one off by kicking over to Jim.
Man, do you still believe? My answer to that question is absolutely, I still believe. I'm going to talk to the congregation here real quick in Prowl Nation. And you know what? Do you still believe? Because I still believe. I believe in Dan Campbell. I believe in the coaching staff. Wow. I mean, the game plan was really good in this game. I thought we came out. We came out strong. We came out, with trickery and all these things. But the thing is, to me, he wanted to win that game. He set us up to win that game. And yes, I totally 100% believe in this whole build. Yes, we're 0-7. Yes, we don't have a talented roster, but they are getting the best out of those players, especially when they go west. Or they go east to west. They have all that, all that going on. It's the former QB Matthew Stafford versus Jared Goff. It's the LA Rams who 5-1 and we're 0-6, terrible. But you know what? We came out and we fought hard. And there were players in that game, man. I'll get to the players in the defense and offense later, but I just wanted to say, it is a refreshing thing to see a team with this little talent go out there and put on a display like that.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, I still believe, because even at 0-7, Dan Campbell's a good coach. Yes. Dan Campbell, he knows how to motivate his team, and he has them playing well above their, they're overachieving. That's how I say that. A lot of players are overachieving in this game. And you know what? Looking at last week and then looking at this week, I kind of felt we got blew out by the Bengals last week.
Yep.
But hell, the Bengals blew out the Ravens yesterday. And so I'm like, okay, let me put my brakes there, because maybe Cincinnati is the truth, and maybe we just because they ran through Baltimore in Baltimore. I mean, it was 41-17 in Baltimore. So, and they were healthier playing. The Ravens were playing them yesterday than they were when they played us. So, yeah, okay. So, but getting back to that, I absolutely believe. I actually believe in this coaching staff. I actually do believe in this rebuild. Rebuild. Oh no, excuse me. I'm sorry, build, because it's not a rebuild. And I like the mentality of the coach. They're gonna pull out all the. You know what though? My thing is, I want to see this type of trickeration or whatever they got to do. I want to see this for the rest of the season, because if you can do it against LA, you can do it against anybody, and you need to start doing that. Whatever it takes to win, go out there and do it. You kind of let the cat out of the bag this week, maybe do it a little bit different next week, but still do those things. We have a tough game coming up against Philly, but absolutely 100% believe in this coaching staff, because they know how to coach these guys, and I'll be pleasant. Can we just say how good that guy is as a coach? because he's got a whole bunch of guys. Jerry Jacobs was playing out of his mind
Oh
yesterday.
my goodness, yes. That was not pass interference either.
Oh, it
Don't
was
give me
totally
that. Don't
not
give me
pass
that
interference.
BS. That was terrible.
Yeah,
that was a terrible call.
There was a couple bad calls in that game yesterday when against the Lions, but
And they did only see
I
holding
digress.
from one team. So
yeah. I don't know about that, but what you got, Ella?
I still believe in Dan Campbell and most of the coaches. Well, I still believe in where we're going. How about that? I still believe in Dan Campbell, and the arrow is pointing up, man. I believe that the future is so bright, man. Like you just said, like just watching that, just seeing, and even though I'm not so sure, if Tracy Walker is long for this team, or long for this build, or however it goes, but he's already shown improvement. You know what I'm saying? So let's say if he does stick around, when they find him a more appropriate role and get some more talent in there, man, I like at least the idea of what I think is gonna happen, man. I'm excited for everything to come.
Yeah, man. Hey, you know what day it is? It's Manscaped Monday, baby. You know how we get down on Mondays. So let's talk about Manscaped. Today's Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk is brought to you by Manscaped, who is the best in men's below the waist grooming champion of the world. It's got to be Manscaped, baby. They offer precision engineering tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th generation lawn mower. You heard that right, 4.0. So join the over 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped with this exclusive offer. You know what it is, DLOTP. You get 20% off with free worldwide shipping. So that's DLOTP at manscaped.com. I tell you guys, I use the lawnmower. Actually, I used it last week. It's actually a really good precision tool for them family jewels, like they say. And, I had to use that crop preserver to keep myself the manly bits nice and cool. And I didn't even get kicked in the nuts this game. So I can't even say it. So I just kept myself cool. I live in the South, so got to keep myself cool down here. And the ladies love it. And it's just one of those things where you can go ahead and keep yourself tight for your ladies, you know what I'm saying? For your wife, your girlfriends, or So go ahead and go over to manscaped.com, DLOTP, to get 20% off. What do you guys think?
the caveman days are over, guys. It's time to manscape. It's time to, look good for the lady in your life and all that stuff. It makes her happy. And you know what? I'll tell you what. That is a very big thing. But this is an awesome tool to not make fun or whatever. But this is a really good trimmer. The horsepower on this is amazing, and it's got little attachments so you can do little different things with it. Very good product. Absolutely good product. You need to get one right now, and when you do, use that promo code. What is that code, Curt?
DLOTP, 20% off and worldwide shipping, my guy.
What you got, LL?
Make sure you guys go out there and grab one. You like the fella just said, if your lady's into manscaping, go ahead and manscape. Happy wife, happy life. Go ahead and make it easy on yourself.
And it also really helps the show too. Yeah, it helps the show as well.
Of course, it helps us, but more importantly, it'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Hey, you know what I said? Use that code. That code DLOTP. You get 20% off of your order and free worldwide shipping. Go ahead and get that kit for your manly bits. So, Jim, what is your family discussion topic for today?
Family discussion topic for today is the same thing that we just discussed. Do you still believe in this regime, in the coaching staff, and the direction of this team? We're 0-7, but do you still believe? That's what I'm going to ask you, and put that in the comment section below the video. And when you do that, we pick 6 of those. Oh, don't want to talk about pick sixes, but anyway, we pick 6 of those, and then we air them here and read them on the air with your name, and we just choose 6 of them. Just letting you know. Okay, all right. I want to tell you something else. If you like this content and you like the video, we are on the march of 3,000 subscribers. We're getting really close. We're around 120 or so right now away. So if you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? It's free. Curt, what is it?
It's free. It's free. If you need more free, it's free $99 and 50 free cents. So it don't cost you nothing. So you can keep your wallet in your pocket. Just click the subscribe button, my dude. That's what we got
free,
right there.
And you matter. You matter
Definitely.
to us. And so
Now
we just appreciate it.
Oh, man. Now it's time to take a look at that defense, my man. It was a really good game by those guys. But, Jim, talk to me about the defense in this game.
Jerry Jacobs was just very good. I do want to comment on that pass interference, which wasn't. I mean, he played him so good. I mean, if there's a grab here or there, I'm sorry. You know what? I didn't see that as pass interference, but he played a heck of a game, even though Cooper Kupp ate. You know what I'm saying? He did.
Oh, yeah.
He did. He got us. You know what? But that's a very tough matchup for anybody, let alone an undrafted rookie free agent. That's tough. That is very tough. People that on this defense, they held them to 47 total rushing yards. This team is starting to get an identity of stopping the run, although they do pass quite a bit. They still held them down in points too. I mean, come on, we were in this game because of that defense. We really were. You know, I'll look at some of the players in there, but I think we'll save some of these players for later, just because we're going to give the players that kind of balled out and all that. I don't want to give too much away there. But there were a lot of people that did a very good job in this game, you know. So you got Julian Okwara, I thought played really well, you know. I'm not going to, don't want to go into everybody and do that, but you know, I have to say this because, and it's not defense. So I'm preface this. We had a sighting today and it was Brock Wright. And I thought he played a pretty good game, and I'm going to get off of that, but that was my guy in the preseason. So I just wanted to give him a shout out. Overall, that defense played really, really well. The game plan was good. There was a couple gaffes there, I think, but to be honest, with this young secondary and the way we played, I thought we played a heck of a game. I really did. Defensively, heck of a game.
Yeah, definitely. I like the game that Aaron Glenn called.
Me
Mixed
too.
it up in the blitz, you know what I'm saying? The pressures kind of kept Matthew Stafford, you know what I'm saying, off schedule. Was sometimes, you know, couldn't get to him all the time. And when those were the times that, you know, Cooper Kupp ate, we kept Deshaun Jackson out of the end zone. I thought Deshaun Jackson was going to have a really good game, but they mixed up the coverage on him. When he was in the game, you had the young fella, Jerry Jacobs, running down the field with him. I didn't know that Jerry Jacobs was that fast because Deshaun Jackson can take the top off of any defense.
He's fast.
Definitely. And with the Cooper Kupp thing, I will tell you this. That guy has set the record for like the most yards and receiving touchdowns. I think he's better than Randy Moss right now. I mean, like, and Randy Moss had that record for that
for sure.
through 7 games of a season. So Cooper Kupp is eating right now. So he's a beast. He's torching everybody. So I can't even get mad that he torched us because that's just the status quo right now. He's torching everyone. You look at Matthew Stafford, that's his favorite new toy coming into the season was Cooper Kupp, but he uses everyone in that offense. And I'm surprised that Matthew Stafford didn't have 500 yards passing. He had three and some chains. I'm looking at that, you know, and for what we did on that, like you said, with the rushing game, kind of hit those guys down. Sony Michel, Henderson, those guys didn't eat a lot, you know. You had Levi Onwuzurike in there, Aleem McNeil. Nick Williams was even had a sighting. Pennicini was holding it down. I just like the scheme of the game, the way that they called that game. And those young guys stepped up in that secondary as much as they could and held it down. And like Tracy Walker again laying that wood. I mean, woo, boy. I mean,
that hit.
I was like, woo.
That was the hit of the game. I was surprised they didn't call a penalty on that. I you know, just I was like holding my breath.
AJ Parker, you know, when he was in, you know, he got banged
phenomenal
played the phenomenal one. But overall, I just love the way that Aaron Glenn called this game as a defensive coordinator. And I think he need to do that more often. Do what you did to this game for the rest of the year. Doesn't matter the opponent. Just go ahead and do that. And I think that we can have some success in that defensive side of the ball. Like the boxing adage, they're punching above their weight on that defensive side of the ball because of the talent level that they have in that secondary. So shout out to him. Reeves Maven played a good game. It's just all around pretty good game. Even Anzalone had some good moments in this game. You know, pressure and tackling, you know what I'm saying? You know what though? I would say this. He had those guys playing with their hair on fire, and that's what I like.
I love that one play. That one play that think, I can't remember who hit him first. I think it was Anzalone. And then Brockers picks up the guy's legs and pulls it backwards.
It was
That was amazing.
Yeah, he picked him up and
smart.
Like throwing him back.
That's smart.
Yeah,
he can't go forward and keep his legs moving if his legs are in the air.
Definitely can't do that. But yeah. So I mean, what you got, LL, on the defense right quick?
Defense, man, played better than, I guess I thought they was gonna play, and it sounds like, what anybody else thought they was gonna play. Congrats to them. The Rams is, a lot to deal with, I guess. And, we've seen it at least with Stafford. Like you said, we end up giving up over 300 and something to him and 3 tubs. But other than that, man, they contain the run. Our D-line looked good. Our linebackers look good. And our secondary looked good, even though, the end result being what it was. I'm proud, man. Like, that's watching that game on the defense, that's what really got, what I said about the future is bright. That's what I really was just noticing, like, man. Because, it's just certain players I want to see stick around. And I think that those are going to be pivotal positions going forward. Pennicini was in the middle of a lot of good plays. Levi Onwuzurike was in there on a lot of good plays. On that one, I don't know if this is the play that y'all was talking about, but it was like a third or fourth down, and he grabbed whoever was like by the waist, whatever, keep him from going forward. So I like it, man. I didn't even call for Barnes. I don't know if I think he got it. I don't remember seeing him.
I don't know. He only had one tackle, so I don't know
Barnes,
what was up with that.
He didn't play a lot. You know what? I just think that the way that they were playing that scheme and the way they were playing against, not saying that he can't cover, but they were playing a lot of smaller, faster guys, and that's just. I think that's why they brought in Reeves. Maybe played a lot more because of the type of scheme they were playing and the type of speed that they have on offense on the Rams.
Yeah, but I thought, I'm thinking, at least in my mind, he's one of my favorite players on defense. I wanted to see him out there, but we looked good without even him, having to be out there and give us anything. So, man, hats off to the defense. Y'all did as best you could. This is at least 2 weeks in a row, outside. I guess we look pretty decent against the Vikings, but, 2 weeks in a row, even though we ended up giving up, what was it last week, 37 or what it was, 38, what it was to Cincinnati. But that first half, we only gave up 10 points and looked great. This game, we looked great the whole game. A couple of here's and there's, to tighten up, but that's coming, man. We got a whole rest of the year to figure that stuff out.
Yeah, you imagine getting another playmaker in that defense or two in this draft and
that's what I'm saying.
I think this is going to be something big. Hey, you know what? If you go to fanatics.com and you use that link below, it helps the show, and you get a Jarek Barnes jersey just like I got there. Or look at the cap that my man Curt Steele's wearing today. That is slick, dude. So you can get that stuff at fanatics.com, but you use that link and that does help the show. It gives us a percentage, and we appreciate that when you do that.
Definitely.
Now we're going to go to LL for the offensive side of the ball.
Man, the offensive side of the ball, even though we only end up putting up 19, it looked good. They came out aggressive with all the, the trickeration and everything, special teams as well. Now, Dan Campbell, I know he was like the associate head coach or assistant, whatever it was down there in New Orleans, but he was also like a special teams guy, right? So
no, tight ends coach.
Tight ends coach.
Oh, I thought it had something to do with the special teams as well. My apologies, but the special teams look good. Special teams probably all year has probably been our most consistent unit with old Foxy boy, and we got to see Fox throw a pass and get some things going. I liked it all, man. I liked a lot of it, man. It looked real good. I really think that style, another boxing adage Curt just gave us one, but another one is styles make fights. And I think this was a good matchup for our O-line. Like, we got a lot of push out there. We got to see Penei Sewell, and as I call him, that man to kill John Wayne. And Donald, I go into that more later, but I like what I saw. He looked real mean out there pushing guys around. Everybody across that front for real. Jonah Jackson got some, was pushing his weight around. Evan Brown. Even Vata, Big B. Across the whole line, we got a good push. Coming out of the second half, that was what I think. If we really wanted to win that game, that's what we needed. We had a very long drive to end up being empty. We ended up turning over on downs or whatever. We couldn't get the fourth down. But even though we ended up stopping them, but that's the momentum that we need. I think we need to score going out. still some misses. This won't be the week that I'll complain about Goff that much, even though, he threw that, late turnover. But overall, I think the offense clicked. I think there's a lot of things that we can use going forward. A lot of things to build on. This was a good game for Anthony Lynn, in my opinion. I think we always talk about it when we don't think that he does so well. I think this was an okay game for him, a better game for him. Probably his better called game of the year. So what do you guys think about the offense?
Yeah, it was. I think the offense played decent. I think we had enough chances to win. I would say that. Didn't execute on a lot of things. What I'm saying, when we had opportunities to score points. I will say that I like the play calling was decent. I would say that. Jamal Williams is my guy. Man, running hard, definitely. Swifty with the lay on the shoulder on that safety. You know what I'm saying? It's putting him on his back.
Run.
Yeah, definitely. You're looking at this team as a whole. Still have a bunch of backup guys. Seeing Tom Kenny, they were just kept saying lacrosse. If he does with a lacrosse field, that just ask that guy. But he was out there. He didn't make a catch, but he was out there making his presence felt. I love TJ Hawkinson. I love that he was still got more involved. But you still look at the yards per catch type of deal. The yards per pass still kind of low. Khalif Raymond is going to be a superstar. That's my guy. Someone said, he reminds me of Jamal Agnew. I say he catch better than Jamal Agnew. I'm sorry, that dude can fly. He can catch too. So I'm liking what I saw yesterday. And for the most part, of course, we got some things we got to work on, got to fix. Penei Sewell told Aaron Donald, I ain't no punk bitch. He's like, he's gonna run up on me like that.
Loved it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm loving that. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like what was that? Rush Hour. At the little Chinese food. I ain't no punk bitch either. So he got up in his face and he was like, "Nah, dog, what you ain't gonna do is do that." So and that's some big, that's some good stuff from a rookie. You know what I'm saying? Because Aaron Donald is an intimidating force. I mean, to look at that, I mean, that dude is a freaking. He's a droid. I mean, that dude's for him to be built the way he's built and play defensive lineman. That's ridiculous. And he's strong. He's fast. But he can be intimidating, and Penei Sewell has no back down. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he said I'm 21 now. He said I'm a grown ass man. Don't be gonna run up on me with that crap. so overall, like I said, I like the effort. We've got some things we got to clean up, and once we get more personnel in, to be honest with you, and once we get the trust built, you know what I'm saying, in teammates and things of that nature. It's going to be something we can look forward to.
I think I liked a lot of what I saw. I agree with you about Jamal Williams. That was going to be my take. That Jamal Williams is one of the hardest hardest runners I've seen in a long time. That dude he won't quit. That one where he was getting the first aid, like 1 yard to get the first down, they got him in the backfield. He just kept churning them legs and got it. Yeah. I mean, it's the short things, it's the little things that he does. And his energy that he brings to the team too. DeAndre Swift is going to be a beast. He's going to be a problem for some teams. You wait till he's healthy 100% because he still has that groin injury. I'm not sure that's not going to need surgery in the offseason, to be quite honest. What
did Martez say? He said he was leaving ankles and jock straps on the field. That's
for real. Yeah, he did say that. He did say that.
That was all right. We talked about the offense. Jim, what you got, man?
Man, I tell you what, I love your analogy. I love your take on Jamal Williams, man. That dude, 3rd and 1, he just kept his legs churning. He was amazing out there. I want to give some recognition to Jonah Jackson. I thought Jonah Jackson held up pretty well throughout the entire game. He was going against Aaron Donald a lot. That whole offensive line kept him in check, but for one play in the game. The other thing I'm seeing in the offense is we take 9 minutes to go down the field, but we don't score. We got to be able to get in the red zone and score. And how have we been scoring? Running the ball. That's how we seem to be able to score. And we continually go away from that and put it in Goff's hands. And I just don't think that's the best option right now. But to Curt's point, we just don't have the fellas out there right now. We just don't. We wait. We will. And this coaching staff has done a really good job with very little. to be honest about it.
I agree with you, and that's a good point that you brought up, and I got that in my notes. It came down to their two cornerstones for real. In the end, Aaron Donald, with the quarterback hit, and Jalen Ramsey with the pick. They're two. The guys that they didn't build their whole team around, at least their whole defense around. So, not much that we can. It went as they pay it to go. So, a good job out there, guys. You guys anything else to add, Curt?
Yeah, just Jalen. That's one guy you just don't throw at. But I mean, with Donald making that play, I mean, he caused that errant throw, and it was just a tough, I'm not sure that pass would have even made it there, even if he didn't make that hit. But that definitely made it where it could have been where Jared Goff may have flung it out the back of the end zone if we made it where Hawkinson caught or nobody caught it. But with that extra hit from Donald, that's just made a difference on that play.
Interesting thing that they did in this game is put Jalen Ramsey on Hawkinson. They weren't worried about the other wide receivers, but they were worried about Hawkinson, and you could see that because they put Jalen Ramsey on him, which he's a big corner. He really is, and so he matched up really well and took out probably our best weapon. But they forgot about Khalif Raymond. So I liked him in the game as well. But man, this has been awesome, man, to watch. It just when we start getting playmakers and to be honest, I'm not going to be too hard on Jared Goff, but we need a different quarterback. I think everybody knows that. I really do, unless some people don't, but I do. I think we need a different quarterback. And when they get some weapons and that defense is going to be amazing. And then I think we're going to start winning a lot of games really soon.
Definitely.
Yeah. One thing I want to ask you guys about, or just, I don't know if they'll do that going forward, but, they ran Swift a lot early and Williams a little bit more later. Do you remember back in when Dallas had their couple of running backs, Marion Barber, they just call him Marion the Barbarian. He was kind of their closer. I almost like that for Williams because I was kind of like, man, where Williams at? Where Williams at? But Swift was really running that thing. But then later in the game, he was really pounding. So I'm like, man, that might be a decent combination. What do you guys think about that?
A lot of people don't like that. No, a lot of people don't like that combo thing we're doing, but I do. I like it a lot because they're different running backs, not that Swift can't bring the power. He can lay the lumber, as we've seen. He can give some vicious hits. But to get that 1 yard, I like Jamal Williams for that. I think that he just runs so hard. He's just relentless. He refuses to go down. And I love that about him. And I hope that my hope is that he gives that little bit, that rubs off on Swift a little bit. I think that he gets tackled a little too easy at some time, not all the time, but when we get bottled up like that 4th and 1 and stuff like that, we need somebody to get that 1 yard. We really do. I think that's Jamal Williams, in my opinion.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, if you like this content, like the video, share the video. You know what we got to do. That March of 10,000 is on. So get on this bus, Gus. Get on the train, Wayne. You know what you got to do. And if you want more content from us, go over to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com. You got some great articles over there from my man Ferg. Big Ferg. And then you have the Queen of the Prowl over there putting some good content on that site as well. And while you're there, click on the link for LionsOnTheProwlShop.com and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. We got some new shirts over there, and we got more products coming out for you over there. Hoodies are available. I know we had someone ask on Free for All Friday, so you definitely go over there and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear on LionsOnTheProwlShop.com. Now it is time for who? The Boss Up, Ball Out players of the game. On offense, who do I have? I definitely have to have a combination of people, but my man Khalif Raymond. Khalif Raymond went bananas. Looking at the receiving, the guy had 8 targets, 6 receptions for 115 yards. That is a boss up, ball out performance right there. And the hard running Jamal Williams didn't have a ton of yards, but he made his presence felt out there on the field. On the defensive side of the ball, who do I got for my boss up, ball out player for that one? Ooh, it's a combination of guys. Jerry Jacobs, I know he gave up some yards, but that guy played well above his where he was picked up because he was an undrafted free agent. The guy just went out there and played out of his mind. played tough coverage. I don't think there was a pass interference, definitely, but he definitely played hard in that game. It was some very tough assignments with some good veteran wide receivers. Gave up some things, but for the most part, that dude played out of his mind. And I have to bring him a man in. He didn't have a great game, but he had his presence felt a lot of the game, and that's Alex Anzalone. I know he was getting a lot of heartache earlier in the season, but that guy played a hell of a game. So those are my two guys on defensive side of the ball. And I have an honorable mention for the boss up, ball out player. People don't even know his name in Detroit, but they're going to know his name after this game. And it's Dave Phipp. Who the hell is Dave Phipp? He's the special teams coordinator. And that guy had a hell of a game. Definitely, those are my boss up, ball out players. We're going to round it back to another boss up, ball out player at the end. But who in this game, who did you guys see as your boss up, ball out players? My man, Ella, who you had on the offensive side of the ball and defense?
For my boss up and ball out players of the game on offense, I'm going Penei Sewell, man. In the goal members meeting, that said, I don't buy little dude jerseys. I got to figure out who jersey to get. Probably be a Sewell jersey, man. I like him. He's going to be great because he's real. You know what I'm saying? I like Aaron Donald. I think he's probably one of the, absolute best defenders in this entire league. All of that good stuff. But, and he's an intimidating force. But, he got in his face, whatever. They were going back and forth. Aaron Donald grabbed his face, man. He grabbed his right back. Like, look here, little fella. You the little dude in this situation. 6'5", 330 against, 6'1", 280, whatever. You might get done wrong here, little guy. So I like that, man. I really, really like that. My honorable mention for the offense, I'll go with Jamal Williams, man. He just like Jim said, he's a hard runner. I don't know how many more harder runners there is in the league than he is. On defense, my boss up and ball out players would be I'm gonna give some love to Tracy Walker, man. For the last, I don't know how many weeks in a row, somebody said last week that he probably having a big hit a quarter or, at least a half. He's bringing or setting a tone, at least for us on defense, even though they may not continue the tone throughout the whole game, but he's been a real bright spot. Last week they had him rated real high, I think like 90 somewhere, around 90. I'm anxious to see what he'd be rated this week. I think he's doing real good. I said in the chat yesterday that this is his contract year, so maybe it might be wild. You want to really step up and get that money. But however it goes, man, good game. And honorable mention on defense, I'm gonna go with Levi. Who you got, Jim?
On offense, I'm going to go DeAndre Swift, set a personal best for passing yards caught in the game. That one run was just outstanding, running over people. He's going to get angry runs again this week, I think. he won that on ESPN I think it's called Angry Runs.
Yeah, Good Morning Football. Yeah.
Yep, from Good Morning Football. I think he's a candidate again this week, just trucking that dude. Left him laying on the field. Man, I don't like to see injuries, but man, I do. So I like that. Right. My honorable mention for the offense is going to go to Jonah Jackson. I thought he played a decent game. Maybe not great, but man, that defensive line. I mean, maybe just give it to the whole offensive line. They didn't do a great job, but I'm going to tell you, holding those guys back, that was a really good job. On defense, my boss up, ball out player of the game is Julian Okwara. Julian Okwara with a sack, getting pressure, playing that outside linebacker position pretty well. I mean, he's not bad. I mean, he's got some quickness to him too. So I think that edge thing fits him pretty well. Honorable mention for the defense. I'm going to go with Aleem McNeil. I thought he plugged up the middle pretty good, and we stuffed the run today. So that defensive line really, really helped in this game.
Yeah, definitely. That and shout out to Julian Okwara with that, that pass breakup. I mean, he kind of put his hand down there. I don't know if it was more Stafford threw the ball into his hand or he just broke it up. I don't know,
but he did it.
Yeah, he did it.
He was right with him.
He was step with Tyler Higbee. So look at that. Now it's time for an honorable mention. Definitely Chris Spielman, boss up, ball out. I love the Lions video department for making it where he was doing an ad.
Amazing.
And it was actually him getting put into the Lions Ring of Honor coming up in the game against Philadelphia. So shout out to Chris Spielman. And he's doing an excellent job in that admin role that he's doing. He's taking that football role out of Rod Wood's hands, and he's handling that, and I like what he's doing, helping out Sheila Ford-Hamp.
If you have not seen that video, you have to. It was amazing. They set him up too. They had him like reading a commercial and stuff, and he's like, "Wait a second, what are you guys doing?" And then they came in with him. But I saw him up in the booth taking notes. Going, pacing back and forth, taking notes. Brad Holmes was up there too. It's like, this is a very active regime. They don't just, go away or whatever. They're all right there. They're all taking notes, contributing, trying to figure this whole thing out. And I think give them better players, and we will. What do you think about all this, LL? And then we're going to have to go to our balled on players of the week, because we got to go to that.
Congrats to Chris Spielman, man. It's I'm just hearing it from everywhere. It's surprised it took this long, honestly.
Me too.
So shout out to him, man. And shout out to him for what he's doing now. I really like that. And that's one of the things that we just talk about in conversation, like with other people that we talk about sports with. Like, you see like other players, like former players or whatever, around the organization, and help the organization become like the GM or just something, and the team actually goes well. I think we had, what was it, Millen here before, and it didn't go well at all. But,
No.
This one, I think this one's going to go well at all. So shout out to Chris Spielman.
Yeah, definitely. All right, now it's time for our ball-on players on the game, man. For me, on the offensive side of the ball, got to be Big V. Big V got balled on a little bit this game. Big V I won't say he had a bad game, but he got balled on some. Got that, got a holding call. He just, and then I don't know what he was doing, even catching that ball. He should have just put his hands to the side and let him in the chest or something, because as soon as he caught it, was a penalty. I'm like, I know that falls on Jared Goff for tossing that ball his way, but you got to recognize you're not an eligible receiver. You never reported eligible, so you're a veteran in the league. Right. You should know that, dude. All right, so that's my balled-on player for the offensive side of the ball. My balled-on player for the defensive side, it's kind of hard for this one, because they play really well. As I would have to say just some of the big plays in the secondary, but I can't. I'm not really hating on them, because they played well above what they were supposed to do. So we'll give some of the I'll say the secondary as a whole, and that's in the second half of the game, but they really held their own most of the game. So and that's an honorable mention. That's not even a full ball-on player. It's an honorable mention for me, because I can't say someone just got wrecked on the defensive side of the ball.
I didn't see that either. On the defensive side of the ball, I don't really have one, to be honest. I thought they played as well as they could. I really do. I mean, there's players that I could probably throw under the bus, but the whole defense played well for me. They played the best they could play, and so I'm not going to go there. My balled-on player, and I'm going to continue to say it's Jared Goff. I'm sorry, you can't get into third and Goff, because he can't throw it more than 2-3 yards in a third down situation. It just seems like he overthrows people. He makes the wrong read. He's still, he did get to his second read in this game. He did. I saw it. So he's improving, but he did have some really good passes in there. But I have to say, Jack Fox actually had a better pass for 17 yards than Jared Goff. But no pressure, I'm saying it's totally different. But I just had to throw that in there. But Jared Goff is just not. I don't know. I don't trust him on third and long, so I call it third and Goff. And pretty much, if he doesn't check it down and make the running back do it, or Khalif Raymond do it, he's not doing it on his own. He's not throwing the middle. He's not throwing 6 to 8 yards. That's about it. If you're 3rd and 8, 3rd and 10, forget it. No, not unless a running back can make things happen. You're not getting the first down. So you can't have a quarterback. I don't like that. I don't like that style of play. I'm sorry.
Right, I'm with you. My ball-on player on offense, I'll probably go the same way. I really wanted to give him some love, man. I shouted you out in the chat, Jim, about pissed off golf. Pissed off golf looked okay, but then the mistakes came. But this is like if it was like a degree of balled on, this is one of the lesser degrees. He still played a pretty good game. He still got some issues. One thing I really didn't like is like issues on the screen game. Like each one, it was, the ball was Swift was jumping to either side, trying to, he had to make the play. And it's like, I don't know if that's between who that is, because even on the goal line, on the one, they say, he chopped his feet or whatever. Maybe that threw the route off, maybe, whatever.
But, golf.
Right. And that's Swift is extra jukey too, so I can understand that. But yeah, man, it's just, those little things, man. And then of course, the whole game, man, all the way down to, that's just a tough way to lose the game, or a tough way to end the game, not lose it, but a tough way to end that game, especially when other people might have been open. And that's just been some people's complaint, mine included, that, he's looking, to, make a play, but it's another play that you might have could have made, so that's my balled on player. But it's, like if a first degree balled on, not like a real bad one. And
it's just we pay him. One for defense. Yeah, we pay him too much to be this mediocre of a quarterback, to where we have to have an entire team around him. I heard this from other YouTubers that are like, oh, but we need to build a team around him. And I'm like, where was that energy when Stafford was here?
How much sugar you got to put on that shit?
Yeah, definitely. Hey, you know what it's time for us to do. Looking at the Mickey, it's about that time. It's time for us to zip our lip and see what you had to say about last week's shows. It's time for the comments cards. Jim, you up first.
Jeremy Ballrick, Smoking Jeremy, who joins us on Free For All Fridays. Kurt Warner even notices what I have noticed for the past 6 weeks of miserable play. The Lions have not called plays to the strengths of what Goff can do. I'm trying to figure out what he can do. They keep calling plays that look like we have Stafford still. Call plays that work. Stop trying to make something that someone is not. Oh my goodness. There's a lot here. Jeremy's very intelligent. He knows football really well. So I don't want to disagree too much, but tell me what he can do. I mean, if you're telling me he can throw it for 5 yards and that's it, pretty much, what do we do with that? You can't call deep passes, and you can't call, what can you call with this guy? Sorry. That's just the way I feel about it. Most people know how I feel.
The best. That's a great name. All right, stop it. Goff is terrible. You can't teach fumbles. Plus,
true.
He overlooks receivers that are open, overthrows them as well. Goff is not the answer. Says stop it with the excuses.
Yep.
With the eye roll and just stop it. But I gotta read the emojis too, right? So that's just what it is. LL, what you got?
Lawson and Schilling Kendall says, pissed off Jared Goff is what we would like to see. Unfortunately, a down and inspired Goff is what I see. Maybe the LA scene was spark to light the fire, or be a spark to light the fire, if I what I meant to say. It was, he came out, looking like F y'all, but he ended up effing us, but whatever.
Yeah, he's a little too casual for me. I'm sorry. I don't know. Hatter's House 710 says Val brings the heat, spitting more facts about our team than most Lions fans. I got to agree with that. She knows her football. I got to tell you, she knows her football, and she even knows this team, even though she's a Bears fan.
Definitely, she does. She does. All right, Bo, you know who it is, the Hall of Fame member. All I can say is I'm praying for Goff because he will need it after Aaron Donald give him the chance to meet his maker in this game. All jokes aside, Rams 42, Lions 24, Rams 28, Lions 19. That's not a terrible score, but and Aaron Donald only got to him once, and it wasn't even a sack.
Bill Collier says, "Bite some kneecaps." Yes, that could have helped us. We need at least one more kneecap to get bit off yesterday, but maybe we get him next game.
Panay was ready to bite some kneecaps. He was ready.
He wanted some kneecaps. I swear.
Yeah. Man, he wanted that smoke.
That's a big dude, man. When I seen him up against Aaron Donald, he made Aaron Donald look small.
I like it.
He really did. He's not the biggest guy in the world either. But now it's time for a favorite part of the show, the dessert with my man Curt.
Hey, Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites Cookies. We got the football special going on. You get 4 logos, 4 helmets, and 4 footballs for $35. You can go to the link in the description, or you can email her at delightfulbites18@gmail.com to get yourself some cookies. Sweeten up your football viewing pleasure with a box of Delightful Bites cookies. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. And now this from Delightful Bites, the what I want to say is definitely something you didn't see coming. And the Lions owner, Sheila Ford Hemp, understands the booze, but won't hide from the public. She just did a full interview with the Detroit Free Press. She says she's not going to hide from the press. She's going to, go out there, and she understands and here's a quote from her. She says, "I totally understand the booze. I understand the frustration for all the years. I think a lot of things involved in that booing. So I say no one likes it, but I got it. Totally got it. And I'm frustrated as the fans, and I appreciate their sentiment. And hopefully we're trying to do here is turn those into cheers one day." You look at that, and you never heard a statement like that from William Clay Ford or even Martha Ford, Firestone Ford. She's owning it as the owner. Yeah, I know we suck and we deserve to get, but I got it. You know what I'm saying? Well, we're going to do everything we need to do in this regime to try to turn things around and turn them into cheers. I love how she's going about being the owner of the Lions. She's changing what we're doing behind the scenes. She's changing the way the organization is structured, and her doing an interview saying that she understands the booze. You would never have seen that from the previous principal owner of the Detroit Lions.
Right.
So shout out to Sheila Ford Hemp for keeping it definitely 100 for this regime, and going out there and talking to the press and doing an interview with the Free Press. You would, like I said, you wouldn't have seen that in previous regimes. And just a shout out to, like I said, Dave Phipp and the special teams guys. They played the game of the year for the special teams this time. And I think one player who's kind of getting missed in all of this, I think the Lions have found their kicker in Austin Seibert. Guy went 4 for 4 with a 47-yard field goal for his long in that game. Austin Seibert has proven that I'm going to be the Lions kicker, and you keep the other guy on the practice squad.
Yeah, I think he's won that one too. Final thoughts for today. What grit we showed in this game. I mean, it was just grit. And that's what Dan Campbell wants from this team. That's what Dan Campbell is asking this team to do. But what they did, 2 fake field goals successful and a successful onside kick. I mean, it was shocking to get that onside kick right away. He caught them by surprise 3 times in this game. 3 times he caught them by surprise. And it's that will to win that he really wanted to win this game. You could see it. Everybody tried as hard as they can. Dan Campbell's a really good coach, and the way this was called and the way this was game planned was very, very good. I really liked it. Unfortunately, we lost, but hey, it is what it is.
Right. My final thoughts on this Manscaped Monday is all I can say, man, is I'm so excited for what's to come, man. Like look at what they did yesterday, or look at how good they looked yesterday, I should say. And we're not even there yet. I've already started looking at the draft and things like that. But it's I guess I'm not satisfied because we still ain't won nothing. But all I kept saying was I just wanted to see this kind of fight. You know what I'm saying? I know that's gonna probably get redundant. I keep it was a couple of people in the chat yesterday, the moral victory, blah blah. This ain't moral victories. I just I can just feel good about it. You know what I'm saying? Me and one of my homies, we talked about this beginning of the season, like as far as how we want the season to go. And one of the things we both agreed on was even if they lose every game, I don't want them to lose every game. You got to at least win 2. But fight hard every single game and stay in it. Give yourself a chance to win every game. We've only been out of it completely, to me at least, 1 game. But I like it, man. Let's keep it going.
Yeah, definitely. I think that even with a winless guy, he has no wins this year, but I think that Dan Campbell is still a good coach. And I think that if you definitely look at our schedule, we have the most upside of the lower tier teams in the league right now. And I'll just leave it at that. We have the most upside, and I think that we're going to get better sooner rather than later. Definitely. All right. So Now it's time for us to do what? Take that stroll, baby, over to the Wall of Fame. Bronze members, we have Detroit Drew, Midwest Lion, the Latino Leo, Brian Stover, Bo Gagrius, Justin, I know I cracked one open after the game. 10K, Sage Roberts, Sub Z Trap City Boys, and it's Jamin. Smoking Jeremy, you know, here's Jeremy Barwick. We have Crystal Wiley, Bubba Bo, John Kapler, Art Allen, the Flintstone. What up, Jimbo? And then we have David Anderson, and you know who it is. He's the king of everything because he's the everything king to round out our bronze members. Silver members, we have Nomis J, Jason Portis, Cap Ice Cold, the signals in the sky for the Batman of the 313. We couldn't save it from the interception, but hey, you know, he gonna do his thing. He's on the silver members. We have John Martin, Mr. Scotty the Bear, baguettes and all that, the Frenchman. And we have Gold Lions for the gold members. We have Mr. Reliable, Michael Huck. Man, I hope you are feeling so much better. If you don't know, my man Michael Huck got the COVID-19, even though he's, you know, vaccinated, but you know, all vaccines aren't 100%, but he is hopefully feeling better. You know what I'm saying? We miss you right here on the show, my man Michael Huck. Justin the D, Pride 74, Doug Prince 72, the Inspirational, Turner C. Burley. We have Dominic Davis, Larry McQuiston, the F5 is in the building with the tornado blowing through. We have Bob Karowski, Big Ferg, Matthew Ferguson, Randall Flagg, 606, Miles Gibbs, the Gridiron Blitz, Mr. Rough and Raw himself, North End Ken, stay safe on those roadways, my brother, and the doctor, Dr. Detroit, is always in. To become a member of a Wall of Fame, click the Join Now button in the description.
That is the truth. Yeah, just it's such a cool time when we have our Wednesdays and our Zoom meetings. I have a lot of fun doing that. If you want to be a part of that, become a gold member, press the Join Now button for further information on that. I have one more thing today, and I have to say this, and I'm going to preface this with this right here. Referees did not cost us this game, but they didn't give us any help. I'm upset with it because of this. Seems like they saw holding on one side, didn't see it on the other side. That pass interference call was just terrible. There was a lot of penalties against the Lions, and not very many against them, the Rams. I think they all only saw one team in this game, and I give them an F, to be honest, in this game. I don't know what you guys think, if you want to weigh in on it or not, but that's what I got to say about that.
Yeah, definitely. Let's look at the penalties before we close it out. Let's see the penalty yards. We had 77 for the Lions and 35 for the Rams. 2-1. 8 penalties on the Lions,
and a lot of those calls were calls that didn't make any difference whatsoever on the kickoff or on, you know what I'm saying? Just didn't make any real. Didn't really make a big deal of difference. You know, ours cost us. Yeah, you know, definitely. A lot.
Hey, it definitely did. Hey, it is definitely time to close out the show. So you know who we are. We are Detroit Lions on the Prowl. You're home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. And looking at this game, definitely, I want to say something that they did as a motivation. What they did was they gave their best effort. It didn't get them to the ultimate goal, but it takes them one step closer to meeting their goals, and that's to become a better team. So everyone gave a good effort yesterday out there for the Lions. So congratulations on that. No more victories. We want to see that. We want wins, but they guys went out there and played their heart out, and they gave their best efforts. So it is Monday. The grind starts today. You know, it starts today. So grind it out with us. We'll be here right here for you for the rest of the week during your lunch hour. So, you know, what you got to do for your boy, clean your crumbs off your face, finish your drink, and get back to work. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Jim, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.